my child, I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now. Not because something is wrong, but because something is right about this moment. The fact that you are here, that you pressed play, that something inside you was drawn to these words today. That was not an accident. That was me. I arranged this moment, because I have something I need to say to you. Something I have been waiting for the right moment to say. Something that I believe, if you receive it today, will change the way you carry yourself through everything that comes after this. Are you ready? I see what is trying to break you. Not just the surface level. Not just the obvious thing you have already named and tried to deal with. I see the layers underneath it. I see the thing behind the thing. I see the root of what has been slowly wearing you down, day after day, week after week, quietly chipping away at your peace, your confidence, your will to keep going. I see all of it. And I want you to know, before I say anything else, that what I see has not changed how I feel about you. Not even slightly. I see every broken place, every hidden fear, every secret struggle, every moment you felt like giving up, and I am still here. Still speaking. Still fighting for you. Still choosing you. What is trying to break you has been working very hard. But it has not succeeded. And today I am going to tell you why it never will. Let me start by telling you something about the enemy who is behind the pressure you are under right now. He is not as powerful as he wants you to think he is. He cannot touch you without my permission. Job 1 verse 12, the Lord said to Satan, "Very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger." I want you to understand what that means for your life right now. The enemy saw you. He identified you as a target. He went to work building a case for why he should be allowed to come against you. Everything that is coming against you right now is operating within a boundary that I set. What feels like an unlimited assault on your life is actually a carefully bounded test. And I have already determined the outcome. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. He will not let you be pushed beyond what you can. That means right now, in the middle of everything that is trying to break you, you are bearing it. Not perfectly. Not without pain. But you are still here. That is not weakness. That is the strength I placed inside you doing exactly what I designed it to do. What is trying to break you has a limit. And I set that limit. I want to tell you about my servant Job now. Because Job's story is one of the most important stories in all of Scripture for someone who is in the middle of what you are going through right now. Job was a good man. A faithful man. A man who loved me with everything he had and lived his life accordingly. And one day, in what felt like a single moment, everything fell apart. His children were gone. His wealth was gone. His health was gone. His reputation was gone. And the people who should have stood with him turned against him. His friends told him he must have sinned. That this was his fault. That God was punishing him for something hidden and unconfessed in his life. His own wife told him to curse God and die. He was alone in his suffering in the most complete way a human being can be alone. Surrounded by people and utterly without comfort. And he did not understand why. That is the part of Job's story I need you to hear today. Not just that it got better at the end, but that in the middle of it, Job did not have the full picture. He could not see what was happening in the spiritual realm. He could not see the conversation I had with the enemy. He could not see the boundary I had set. He could not see the double portion restoration I was already planning for the other side of his suffering. All he could see was the pain. And maybe that is where you are right now. All you can see is the pain. All you can feel is the pressure. All you can count is the losses. And you are asking me the same question Job asked me. Why? Why is this happening? Why did you let this happen? Why have you not stopped it yet? I hear that question. And I want to give you the same answer I gave Job. Not a detailed explanation. Not a theological breakdown of why suffering exists. But a revelation of who I am that makes the why less important than the who. Job 38 verse 4. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. I am the God who laid the foundation of the earth. I am the God who set the boundaries of the ocean. I am the God who hung every star in the sky and calls them each by name. I am the God who designed the sunrise and the sunset and the intricate ecosystem of every living thing on this planet. And I am the God who is watching over your life right now. If I can manage all of that, I can manage what is trying to break you. Trust me. Job 42 verse 10. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. Double restoration. Not just getting back what was lost. Double what was lost. The enemy thought he was destroying Job. I was using the entire experience to position Job for the greatest season of blessing his life had ever seen. What is trying to break you right now is setting you up for a double portion return. Hold on. Now I want to speak directly to the specific thing that is trying to break you. Because what is trying to break you is not the same for everyone listening to this video right now. Some of you, it is one thing. Some of you, it is several things pressing in from multiple directions at once. And I want to speak to each one specifically. So stay with me. I want to speak first to the one whose finances are what is trying to break them. You have looked at the numbers and they do not add up. You have done the math over and over and the result is the same every time. There is not enough. The bills are more than the income. The debt is more than the savings. The need is more than what you can see any natural way to meet. And the financial pressure has stopped being just a practical problem. It has become an identity crisis. You have started to wonder if you are a failure, if you made wrong decisions, if you are being punished, if you are simply not the kind of person that financial blessing is meant for. I need to stop you right there. Your financial situation is not a verdict on your worth. It is not a reflection of my feelings about you. And it is not your permanent address. Deuteronomy 8 verse 18. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as it is today. I give the ability to produce wealth, not the economy, not your employer, not your educational background, not your family history, me. And I have not withdrawn that ability from you. I fed Elijah through ravens when there was a famine in the land. I multiplied a widow's last handful of flour and last drop of oil until she and her son ate for an entire year. I caused a coin to appear in a fish's mouth to pay a tax. I fed 5,000 people with what a small boy brought for his own lunch. I have never been limited by natural scarcity. And I am not limited by yours. Philippians 4 verse 19. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. According to the riches of his glory. Not according to your bank balance. Not according to the economy. Not according to what seems logically possible right now. According to the riches of my glory. And my glory has no ceiling. The provision is coming. The door is opening. The opportunity is already in motion. You cannot see it yet from where you are standing. But I can see it from where I am standing, and I am telling you, it is on its way. What is trying to break you through financial pressure will not succeed. I am your provider. I want to speak now to the one whose health is what is trying to break them. A diagnosis that changed everything. A body that is not cooperating with the life you were trying to live. A condition that has stolen your energy, your mobility, your comfort, your sense of normalcy. A medical report that left you sitting in a parking lot unable to drive home because you were crying too hard to see the road. I see that moment. I see every doctor's appointment you have sat through trying to hold yourself together. I see every night you have lain awake in physical discomfort, wondering how long this is going to last. I see every time you have had to cancel plans or slow down or ask for help and felt the quiet grief of a body that is not doing what you need it to do. I see it all. And I want you to hear me say something very clearly today. Your diagnosis is not your destiny. Jeremiah 30 verse 17. But I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord. I declare restoration over your body right now. Not maybe. Not if you pray hard enough or believe perfectly enough. I declare it, because healing is in my nature and restoration is in my character. I healed 10 lepers in a single moment. I gave sight to a man who had been blind from birth, a man whose condition everyone around him had accepted as permanent and unchangeable. I raised Lazarus 4 days after he was buried. I made the lame walk, the deaf hear, the mute speak, the dead rise. I have not lost my healing power. Your body is not beyond my reach. And even in the waiting, even in the process of healing that sometimes takes longer than we want it to, I am with you in the pain. I am sustaining you through what you cannot sustain yourself through. I am giving you grace for each day that is sufficient for that day, even when you cannot imagine how you will make it through the next one. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Not despite it. In it. What is trying to break you through your health will not succeed. I am the great physician and your body belongs to me. I want to speak now to the one whose relationships are what is trying to break them. A marriage that has reached a place you never imagined it would reach when you stood at that altar. A friendship that ended in a betrayal so sharp it still takes your breath away when you think about it. A parent or child whose relationship with you has fractured in ways that feel irreparable. A loneliness that has settled in so deeply it has started to feel like a personality trait rather than a temporary season. Relationship pain is unlike any other pain. Because it is not just the loss of the person. It is the loss of who you were when you were with them. It is the loss of the memories you were building together. It is the loss of the future you had imagined side by side. And sometimes it is not even the loss of the person. It is the daily reality of being in a relationship that is painful. Staying, trying, hoping, and not knowing if the trying will ever be enough. I see that too. Psalm 34 verse 18, The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Close. Not distant. Not watching from far away. Close. Right next to the broken place in your heart. Right there in the middle of the relationship wound that has not healed yet. I am the restorer of broken things. I restored Peter after his denial. I restored the prodigal son's relationship with his father after years of separation and shame. I reconciled Paul and Barnabas after a disagreement sharp enough to split them apart. I am in the business of restoration. What seems irreparable to you is not irreparable to me. And where restoration is not the path I have chosen, I will give you something better than what you lost. I will give you peace that makes the absence bearable. I will give you community that fills the empty space. I will give you a depth of relationship with me that no human relationship could ever fully provide. You were made for love because I am love. And I will never leave you in permanent emptiness. What is trying to break you through your relationships will not succeed. I am the healer of broken hearts. If these words are reaching something real inside you right now, I want you to subscribe to this channel before you do anything else. Come back every single day. I have a fresh word waiting for you every time you return. You do not have to walk through any of this alone. I want to speak now to the one whose faith is what is trying to break them. Because sometimes the most painful breaking point is not a circumstance. It is a crisis of belief. You started this journey with fire. You believed with everything you had. You prayed bold prayers and trusted big promises and gave generously and served faithfully. And then something happened. Or more accurately, something did not happen. The prayer was not answered the way you expected. The healing did not come when you needed it. The promise felt like it expired before it arrived. The miracle you were believing for went to someone else. And slowly, quietly, without even fully realizing it was happening, the fire started to dim. Not because you stopped loving me, but because loving me started to feel dangerous. Like an investment that kept not paying off. Like a trust that kept getting tested and the testing was getting harder to bear. I understand that. I am not angry at you for it. But I need to tell you something about what is happening in your faith right now. It is not dying. It is being refined. 1 Peter 1 verse 6-7. In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. Gold does not become pure gold by staying comfortable. It becomes pure gold by going through fire. The fire burns away everything that is not real. Everything that was based on conditions. Everything that was performance rather than relationship. Everything that was about what I could give you rather than who I am to you. What comes out of this fire is not a broken faith. What comes out of this fire is a faith that has been proven, tested, refined. A faith that knows me not just as the God who answers prayers the way I want them answered, but as the God who is good even when the answer is not what I expected. That faith is unshakable, because it has already been through the worst and it is still standing. Hebrews 12 verse 2, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. Keep your eyes on me. Not on the unanswered prayer. Not on the delayed promise. Not on the miracle that went somewhere else. On me. I am the author of your faith. I started it. I am finishing it. And the finished version is going to be more beautiful than anything you can currently imagine. What is trying to break your faith will not succeed. I am the finisher of your faith. My child, I want to bring everything together now. You came into this video carrying something. I felt it when you pressed play. There was a weight underneath the surface of your day that brought you here. Maybe you were not even fully sure what you were looking for when you found this video. But I knew. I knew what you needed to hear today. And I arranged for you to hear it. So let me say it one final time, clearly, directly, with everything I am. I see what is trying to break you. I see the financial pressure that has been squeezing the life out of your peace. I see the health battle that has been stealing your energy and your sense of normalcy. I see the relationship pain that has cracked something open in your heart that is not fully healed. I see the faith crisis that has made believing feel dangerous and hoping feel foolish. I see it all. And I want you to hear me say, none of it has broken me. None of it has surprised me. None of it has caused me to step back from you. None of it has changed my plans for your life or my commitment to your future or my love for who you are. I am still here. Still fighting. Still interceding. Still working in the background of everything you cannot see, moving pieces into position, opening doors you do not know about yet, preparing blessings you cannot currently imagine. Isaiah 43 verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. You are passing through, not staying. Passing through. The thing that is trying to break you is a passage, not a permanent address. You are moving through it. And I am moving through it with you. Step by step. Breath by breath. Day by day. Night by night. You are going to come out of this. Not the same as you went in. Changed. Refined. Stronger in ways you cannot yet measure. With a testimony that will reach people you have not even met yet. With a faith that has been tested and proven and cannot be taken from you by anything this world throws at you. You are going to come out of this. And when you do, you will look back and see my hand in every moment. Even the moments that felt like abandonment. Even the moments that felt like silence. Even the moments that felt like the breaking was winning. I was there in all of them. I am here in this one. And I will be there in every moment still to come. What is trying to break you will not break you, because I will not let it. You are mine. I bought you with a price that hell cannot match. I know your name. I know your story. I know what I have prepared for you on the other side of this. And it is worth everything you are going through right now to get there. Do not give up. Do not give in. Do not let what is trying to break you convince you that breaking is your only option. You have another option. Trust me. Lean into me. Let me carry what you were never designed to carry alone. And watch what I do with the very thing that was sent to destroy you. I am Jesus. I conquered death. I walked out of a grave. I hold all power in heaven and on earth. And I am fighting for you. Right now. In this moment. With everything I am. What is trying to break you is already defeated. Romans 8 verse 37. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. More than conquerors. Not barely surviving. Not just making it through. More than conquerors. Through me who loved you enough to go to the cross for you. That is who you are. That is what you are. More than a conqueror. And what is trying to break a conqueror has already lost. If these words have spoken to something real inside you today, do not leave this video without subscribing. Come back tomorrow. I have a fresh word waiting for you every single day. Share this video with someone who is under pressure right now. Someone who needs to hear that Jesus sees what is trying to break them and that it will not succeed. You never know how one share can reach someone who is on the edge of giving up. I will see you tomorrow. And I will have something waiting for you.